have you ever felt guilty for needing more money? Or if it was okay to ask Jesus to help you with provisions? Well, I never really thought about it much, but I know a lot of us do. I've always prayed for what I needed, whether it was provisions or strength or courage, or to even strengthen my faith. I mean, we all struggle. But when I retired here at 57, it's been about a year ago, I was 57, and I had been working for 24 years in public education. I was in the HR department. And I kept being overlooked. I had a college degree, but I still was overlooked for getting promoted. I mean, not that I would be overlooked for getting promoted. I'd be promoted, but they wouldn't want to pay me what the previous person was making in that position. They were like, oh no, they would just give me more to do and pay me the same amount. So when it came time that I could retire, I decided to take it because, I mean, I wasn't ever going to get any more money, and I was doing more work, the work of a director, and I wasn't being paid director pay. So I decided, okay, enough's enough. And I felt that, the good Lord was saying, you've paid your dues. It is time for you to move on. So I left. And I really didn't know what I had planned, but I knew that he would take care of me. So I took a year to just chill. And now I am learning how to earn a second income because I knew I was going to need it when I retired, but I just didn't know what it was. And so after a year of just resting and just kind of coming to grips with everything, I decided that I needed to start looking because things were getting tighter with this increase in cost of living and everything. The stuff was getting tighter. So I thought, I've got to really, really start praying about this and everything and find out what God has in store for me. I knew he had another plan because he was basically urging me to leave what I was already doing, even though I was in my comfort zone. He was still nudging me, it's time for you to move on. And it was scary to move on because I knew I needed another income. But I thought, I have faith in him, and I'm going to move on. So a year later, I'm now 58, and I am learning new skills. I got online because I was like, okay, what do you want me to do? I know you don't want me to go back to the 9-to-5 because that's not going to make, I'm not going to be able to make what I was making when I left my previous job. So I've got to do something online if I'm going to make a substantial income. And so I started praying, and, you just can't sit there and just pray. So I knew, okay, it's either you go back to the 9-to-5. I mean, there's only two choices. There's a 9-to-5 job, or there's working on the internet. Okay? So you only have two choices. Unless you win the lottery. And I mean, what's the reality of that? I mean, we pray for it. But the likelihood that that's going to happen is not there. So anyway, you've got two choices. You either go back to the 9-to-5 or you're going to try to make money on the internet. So I was like, okay, well, I got two choices. 9-to-5 is not in there because I retired and I want flexibility. So I was like, okay, so the internet is my choice to pursue, but I need him to help me find out what he wants me to do on the internet. What is it out there that is going to help me get the provisions I need? And also, is there a way that I can evangelize for him when I do it? Because, he's going to be the one that's supporting me along the way. And that's how it works. When we pray, he gives us the courage to act on it, and then he supports us in our journey. Just like in Proverbs, 31:16 through 18. The woman that was in there, she was called virtuous because she went out there, she bought land, she planted a vineyard, and she earned an income. And it was all okay with him for her to do that. It was okay for her to have her own business. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having my own business. And I found a training out there that would teach me how to make money on the internet. You have to start somewhere. You have to start, for one thing, okay? Well, if you don't know how they're making money out there, how they're making money out there on the internet, if you don't know, then how are you going to learn it? You've got to find some way to learn it. Just like going to college. If you want to be a doctor, the only way you can learn to be a doctor is to go to college, take the courses, take practices, and to become a doctor. So if I was going to choose that the internet was the way I wanted to make my income, then it made sense that I'm going to have to learn how to do that. And so I looked for a training. So I went online. I'm praying all this time while I'm online. I'm saying, okay, Jesus, I've got to learn how they're making money on the internet. So please help me and lead me to the way to learn that. And he did. He showed me a way through this training I got. And when I got the training, everybody that was doing the training was like, man, I felt like God answered my prayers. And I was like, and I felt the same way. I was like, okay. So I found a training where I could learn what they're doing out there to make this second income. And basically I have my own business. And he's the one that led me to it. And when I knew, I asked him, is this the training? And I felt like he told me to cast your net. Cast your net. And I don't know why that came to my mind, but it did. And so then I knew it was him because I wasn't thinking about cast your net. I wasn't thinking about Peter or anything at the time. Actually, I was doing my exercises and everything. And that's what happened. I mean, I've been praying, and it's in your mind. You're praying and praying in your head. And you're talking to Jesus and doing my exercises. And the next thing I know, this pops into my head, cast your net. And I had been praying about the training that I had found. Is this the one I'm supposed to do to learn it? And that's what I found. So I was like, okay, well, he didn't have to tell me twice. When I pray to him and I listen to him and I have faith in him and I trust him, I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm doing now. I casted my net. I invested in myself. You got to invest in yourself. Okay? I invested in myself by investing in the training. Okay? Nothing's free out there. I mean, if you're really going to learn something and it's going to be worth your effort, you're going to have to pay for it. Okay? And so I invested in a training. And I know if you're struggling to make ends meet, you're going, oh my gosh, now I got to pay for this to learn it. Well, you do. Unless you're going to go back to your 9-to-5 comfort zone. And that's not going to get you where you need to be. And you know that. Or you wouldn't be looking online right now and finding my video. So it is okay to pray and to ask the Lord to help you find a way to make more money. It is not selfish. He does not want us to be that way and to be afraid to ask him for even money. Now, asking him to win the lottery, that's a different story because it's just hard. But if you ask him, hey, help me find a way that I can earn an additional income because I need it, because I'm dipping into my savings to make ends meet, and that's not going to last forever. It's okay to ask him. He wants us. He says ask, and it will be given to you. So that's what I did, and that's why I'm learning how to make content. I'm making YouTube videos, and I'm learning digital marketing. And I trust him. No, I'm not a millionaire. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's a way to learn how to earn money. So you have to work. But I can work from home. All I have to have is my phone, my laptop, and Wi-Fi. 3 things. And I can work from anywhere. And once I learn it, this training will what it's teaching me, and I've already learned a lot. I mean, for heaven's sakes, I'm making a video. I didn't even have any social media. I was never, I never had anything. But if you have social media, you're a step ahead of me, and you can use that platform to earn money. You just have to learn how. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm learning digital marketing, and I'm learning how to make digital products. And I've made a digital product for you. If you want it, I'm going to give it to you for free. It's called it's a spiritual guide, and I call it the Guide Her. And it's to guide you spiritually through discerning what he's calling you to do. Because he's calling you. If you found this video, it is not by accident. He's calling you. And it's time to cast your net out there. And so I'm going to give you a free guide, spiritual guide, inspired by him. And I believe in him 100%, and it'll make me cry to even think about how much I love him and know that I trust him. And he's going to show me, and he's going to show you. We just have to be consistent. We have to work, and we have to get out there, and we have to trust. And you can do it. So I have a free guide. It's called the Guide Her. And I will give it to you for free. All you have to do is say yes in the comments, and I'll give it to you. Or you can just click in the description below my video, and you will be led to the Guide Her. And it's a spiritual guide that I'm very proud of, that I made through learning this training, and I'm going to give it to you.